Hello yogis, and welcome to day 11 of our 21-day Yin Yoga challenge. So today we are going to hit on an aspect of our yoga practice that's possibly the most important, and we haven't had a chance to hit it yet, and that is using the breath as an anchor. Using your breath as an anchor to return to, as like a central point to be with, allows you very much to come down out of your mind and to draw back in and just be in the moment with yourself. So if you're ever panicked or anxious, fearful, busy in the mind, this is the skill that you need to develop. And in a yin practice, especially where you have all that time and stillness, to really be able to dive into this very deeply. So to begin with, take your seated position. You can sit up onto a cushion as I am, or you can kneel or lay down if there's anything going on with knees or hips. And we'll sit up tall for a moment. And we'll let the shoulders soften down. So it kind of feels like the bottom part of the shoulders, around the shoulder blades and the bottom of the shoulder blades, are just almost melting, sinking down towards the waistline. Upper arms let go a little bit more and the hands become soft. Face is soft, jaw is relaxed. And we're breathing in and out through the nose. And we're aware of the feeling of the body. As we get deeper into this, the awareness of the body becomes almost louder, like someone's turned the volume up on it. It's like the longer we sit there and just observe and receive the feeling of the body. If we don't rush off to anything else and we just stay there, the feeling of all of the different parts of the body starts to occur to us. And we become aware of the stillness within the body. And when we become aware of the stillness in the body, we become aware of just that anomaly in the middle, in the center, which is that very gentle, wave-like movement of the breath coming and going. How are you breathing right now? Is the breath down in the belly or up in the chest? Is there tension around the breath? Or is it free and smooth? When you feel ready, if there is any tension around the breath, just release and relax and let that breath become a little bit more easy, a little bit more free. Allowing it to begin to drop deeper down into the belly, so as you breathe in, your belly will rise. And as you breathe out, your belly will fall. And just here for a moment, observing. The feeling of breathing. Becoming aware of how you are breathing. The quality of your breathing. Without judgment or analysis. Just that empty, open vessel that receives these details. Take a deep breath in now. And out through the nose. Opening the eyes. Taking your cushion to one side. And we're going to come out into a half butterfly. So legs come straight. Right foot comes in. Knee comes out to the side. We can cushion under this leg with a cushion, funnily enough. And we can bend this knee using a cushion or block underneath. So this is to support this knee and hip. This is to make this posture more gentle if it's too strong along the back of the leg. So sitting up tall, leaning forwards and then relaxing down. So letting the spine round and the head lower towards the leg. Don't worry about how high up or low down you are. It doesn't really matter at all. If you need to rest cushions, blocks, bolsters on the leg to support the head, you can. And allow your breath out to begin to work its magic. So we become heavy, we become surrendered and soft as we breathe. Awareness of your body, just as we had begun to build, so that you can feel into muscles and tissues and you can be aware of where you might be holding. But very aware of the feeling of the breath, moving through the nose, through the walls of the nostrils. Expanding the belly and the chest. So I'm going to give you an option today to note the breath. Just noting to yourself, rising, falling, rising, falling. And it's kind of like 80% of your awareness is really settled with the feeling of the breath happening at the belly, at the chest, at the nose. And then this noting is like 20% in the background. Just giving your mind something to do. Allow your breath to remain very free and relaxed. Allow your body to continue to release and relax as you breathe out. Nice and slowly, easing your way back up to an upright position, taking your block to one side or whatever props you might be using to one side. Knee comes in, leg comes down, and we go to the other side. You may or may not give the same support on this side of the body. Sit up tall first, lean forwards, and relax down into your posture. Make sure you relax down into your own unique version.
Breathing out, letting go. Breathing out, letting go. Arrive with the breath. Feel the belly move. Feel the gentle expansion in the chest after the belly moves. Feel the air move through the nose. Observing this in detail, the length of the breath. The way that the body moves as you breathe. Rising, falling. So we're just still noting on the inside, rising, falling. And if you wander away, just gently bring your attention back to the breath. Last few breaths on this side. And then rolling back up to seated, taking your props to one side. So coming onto all fours now. You may need a blanket to pad the knees here. So we're coming into melting heart pose. So we're going to kneel and take the knees wide. And to start with, just coming down onto the floor, letting the head rest into the floor. And just spend a few moments here. You can take your knees a little wider if you want to give a little bit more stretch through the hips, or closer together to make it more gentle. Come back to your breath. No matter how many times you wander away, just be willing to return. You will wander off many, many times away from this central anchor of breath. But that's why we choose the breath, because it's always here to come back to. It's a constant in our moment. So don't ever become disheartened or frustrated if you wander off. Just know that it's time to go back. To be with the breath, to be with each and every breath fully. I'm going to take this a little deeper. We come up until the hips are in line with the knees. We walk the arms out in front, take the head to the mat, and allow the chest to lower towards the floor. So there is an arch through the back. If the knees go wider, we get more stretch through the insides of the legs. We can have a cushion, blanket, or block under the chest. We could turn it to the side. We could take the hands down to either elbow, so you can make little adjustments here. Taking this one conscious breath at a time. So that as you're breathing in that moment, all that you are aware of is the feeling of breathing in. As you're breathing out, all that you are aware of in that moment is that feeling of breathing out. One conscious breath at a time. Okay, yogis, so to come in, we walk the hands back in, we walk the knees back together, and we're just gonna come to a kneeling position. Okay, so coming down onto your back, ready for banana asana. So we're gonna take the feet and we're gonna walk the feet over to the right hand side. Keep going until they go as far as they will go, but do not let your left hip lift up at all. So the hips stay completely flat and even. You can cross your left leg over your right if you want to for a little deeper stretch. We're going to take the head and shoulders and wriggle them over to the right as well. Now, our arms had a big stretch there in that last posture, so we can either have the arms just down by our sides, or we can take them up above and give more stretch through the shoulders. So you could take hold of your wrist, you could relax your arms and let them part. Just find your version. Find some softness as you breathe. Arrive with your breath completely and fully. One conscious breath at a time. And being willing to return to the breath no matter what. No matter how many times you might wander away. You don't need anything special about you to be able to do this, just a willingness to return to the breath again and again. Walking over to the other side, so the heels now go left, upper body goes left. You can tuck your head around the back of your hands around the back of your head as well as an option. Breathe down into the belly, be with each breath as it's happening. Let everything else fall away for a moment. So You arrive within each breath as it's happening. You observe every detail, the length of the breath, the sound of the breath, the feeling of it happening, the depth, the rhythm. Walking the feet back in together, hugging the knees in, rocking the knees from side to side a few times. You can come to the side and press up to seated and just sit for a moment. Close your eyes. If you need to, you can bring your hand to your belly. That helps you connect with your belly breathing. But otherwise, just tune back in now. Let everything else fall away. All that remains is you and your breath. Just allowing your attention to rest there, at the belly, at the chest. Feel each rise, feel each fall. Your palms together, lower your head to your fingertips. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Okay, yogis, so remember these are bite-sized classes. There are full-length classes on the channel, plenty of them if you want to dive in a little bit deeper on some days. Hit the like button if you enjoyed that, and I challenge you today as you move through your day to just take moments, even if it's just when you make your tea or you take a shower, just take moments throughout your day to just pull back in away from everything that's going on out in the world, up here, and just sink down into this breath. The more often you do it, it becomes a habit, and it becomes one of the healthiest habits you're ever going to have. So I look forward to continuing this journey together tomorrow. Namaste.